Hi to everyone and welcome back. Today I went to BMW Martin to get my M1000R, but yeah, it's not ready. And just today they started to put in the, how do you say, the new control module, so I cannot pick it up. So now I'm trying to get the mic under the seat somewhere. Oh, there's something. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Let's put the mic here. Okay, so now everything's connected. I need to say a few things. The bike has 190 kilometers. That means it hasn't been broken in yet. And the bike is real high. I do not like it at all. And as you see, the rev limiter is at 4,500 RPM. Now it has the same motor like the S1000R has, just a little bit slower, I guess. I do not see a lot in these mirrors. Let's set them up a little. It has cruise control, it has all those things. I cannot go too fast on this bike since I'm the second person to ever ride this bike. So I cannot give a power review or anything like that. I need to bring it back with a full tank of fuel. So yeah, it's not free, not completely free. But actually today I wanted to get my bike. So yeah, I got this one now. Which is a bummer, but what should I do? Now, I don't know, no, not Munich, I needed to go on the other thingy, but maybe, let's see what this does. Oh, this is nice. I just tightened the thingy here, but actually this is now the fourth or fifth bike I got from BMW, because my bike is at the mechanic. So there was a little bit of a misunderstanding today, because last time I was here they told me that the power unit or the control unit for the key thingy need roughly 2 weeks to get here. And so I thought today I could get it until it's there, ride around a little, even though the weather is shit as you see right now. But I wanted to ride around a little on my own. Actually they pushed a little, so the power unit came already today, and today is not even 1 week after I went there the first time. So it took them only 1 week, not even that, to get the power unit thingy. So now I got this one. So what can I say about this bike? So this one has the S1000R motor in it, which is okay. I enjoy the motor. But I have to say the bike is real high, so it's not that easy to get on the ground. I have mud guards or wind guards, however you want to call it. Bro, come on. And that means that my hands are protected from wind. I also get the heated grips like on mine, but maybe, I don't know, maybe I get the heated seat or something. Okay, this is the tachometer, just the same as on mine. And this one is the S, so no 200 horsepower. I believe I'm roughly at 160 horsepower. And yeah, it has a lot of whoa. What's this? Oh, it tells you when you're alone versus when you have a passenger with you. So next week I can keep it until Tuesday. As I said, I can put a total of 200 kilometers on it. If I drive more than that, I have to pay. If I drive less than that, it's okay. So basically one full tank. Let's see how much it consumed until now. So it has 195 kilometers on it. When I got it, it had 195. It's roughly at the consumption of 6.5, something like that. So yeah, the brakes are okay. They are similar like mine. My visor fogging up. And yeah, this bike is quite comfy, I need to say. Like you sit what I would expect on a GS. It's basically a GS, just not the boxer motor, but the S1000R motor. And this windshield that you can incline it or put it up and down, that's a real nice thing. It's a small thing, but you notice it. Now I need to go here. So I am not allowed to push it that much, but one thing I will immediately do is put up the windshield again. It really makes a big difference. And I have to say this one has also the shortened gas, I believe. But on this bike you do not get the need to go that fast because it's not that comfy to go fast. The seat is very comfy, so if you want to go on a tour or something, this bike is the one for you. I can only recommend it to people that want to make some tours but don't want to be a GS person. Go for this one. It's comfy. Now, what else can I say about it? It's obviously not a sport bike, so it's 100% not my type of bike, but it has the electronic suspension I see right now, so here I can swap between dynamic and road. Let's see, road or auto. Okay, it's always in auto, but on dynamic you can set it up just like mine. So yeah, it's a touring bike. Is it upright? It's not my taste, but it's okay. So for a second bike or something like that, to go on tours or something like that, I see why people like it. Now, initially I could have gotten a S1000RR or something more sporty, but since I would have it for more than just 2 days, they were all reserved for the weekend, I guess. So that's why I get this one. But yeah, as I said, I don't make a lot of kilometers. I ride it now home to the garage. I do this little test ride. I let you know my opinion about the bike. And yeah, now we are in the road mode. I will not swap the mode since, yeah, as I said, it needs to break in. So I'll be careful about this. Maybe they will even watch my videos. So thank you a lot to BMW Martin for everything you've done so far. You helped a lot more to fix my BMW than the people in Italy. Yesterday or 2 days ago I tested the Ducati Panigale V4S, and about 2-3 weeks ago I tested the S1000RR. And I want to talk also about these two bikes and which one I will choose. I will also test the RSV4, I don't know how to say what's this? Is this a Blitzer? So I will also test the RSV4 someday, one day. But between the Panigale and the S1000RR, for the price I need to say the S1000 is just unbeatable. It would cost, like for the base, like on the S1000RR I just add the comfort pack or the dynamic pack or how it's called, and on the Panigale I would just add cruise control and heated grips, and the Ducati is a little bit above 28,000 euros and the S1000RR would be at 22. So it's a delta of 6,000 euros, which means I will, as a student, I need to take the wise choice and take the S1000RR. And in addition to being cheaper, the sound of the Ducati is just shit. So the sound on the Ducati, I wouldn't say it's completely trash all the time. I will just go for the S1000RR. I will also test a few other Ducati bikes, as I said in the last video. Definitely decide on the S1000RR because it's just the one for me. It's so stupid riding with the helmet I got on such a bike and with these gloves. I feel so misplaced on this bike. But to be fair, it's very comfy. The suspension is great and yeah, it's just comfy. The windshield really helps a lot. I have to say, it's very comfy to have such a windshield. It might look ugly, but yeah, it's okay, I guess. I hope you see anything. I will put it a little bit down so you see a little bit better. But it just rained a little bit ago. Like before I started, it started to rain a little bit, but now it stopped completely. So let's see what else I can set here. The sport tachometers, just the same ones that I have. Let's go down a few gears. But I feel so stupid on this bike. Sorry my friends, but this bike is not for me. But I like to test many different bikes, so it's okay that I got this one. Now this bike, from what I see, rests normally to around 10,000 RPMs, which is not a lot. 10,000. I mean, it's okay for a touring bike. It's already a lot more than most touring bikes probably go to. But yeah. Now that I put this a little bit lower, the wind is way worse. That service phallic, fuck, maybe I will need to call later. I will let them know. Oh, I just have one of the tachometers here. Okay. Now I cannot even go into the settings like normally you can set the... What the... I like this view. So yeah. Right now I'm going home and bringing this one into the garage so that I can go home. Now it's 12 o'clock. I might have to call my girlfriend. I didn't even tell her that I started. But check out BMW Mountain if you're from the region. So I salute Nicolas from BMW Mountain. He is very nice. And Florian and all the people, they are all very nice. I'm truly a fan of them. But sadly, for my M1000R, which I'm going to swap tomorrow actually, I will sign a contract to buy the S1000RR, but not at BMW Mountain, but in Italy. Because for mine right now, BMW Mountain would give me 17,000, and in Italy they give me 19,000 for mine. True, the S1000 base price starts at roughly 1,000 euros more than in Germany, but at the end the price is similar, plus minus 500 euros. But in Italy I get 2,000 euros more, so in total I am 1,000 euros cheaper in Italy than I am in Germany. So that's the reason why I will buy in Italy. And the first service in Italy gets gifted to me. I guess for touring people and older people, now I need to get home. I'm a little bit under stress. I will need to get this one into the garage. And I also asked the people here at BMW for PPF, like the stone foil on the bike, and they told me it would cost around 1,100 euros if you take the good one. It's quite expensive to put that on. How do you like this bike? Did you ever try it? And check this out, you have here a little compartment. That's quite nice. And they told me if you let the key in here, because this unlocks only when the key is active, and if you lock the key in here, you just need to wobble the bike around a little and then it will open. Oh, not actually on this bike the tank is keyless, so you have the full bike on keyless. That's how it should be. Either do it fully keyless or partly, but not both, please. Props to you, BMW. You learned. I don't know what else to say. So have a good day and see you in the next one. Bye.